Oblique Seville beat Thompson to win 100 meters title at World Championship. Mechanic charged for assault. This is Undiluted News. Mikey Bones reporting. A 28-year-old mechanic has been charged with assault occasioning grievous bodily harm after allegedly using his motor vehicle to hit a policeman on Eastwood Park Road, Kingston 10 on Wednesday, September 10th. Charges Ronaldo Williams of Flint Close, Helsha in St. Catherine. Reports from the Halfway Tree police are that about 6 p.m., a policeman observed Williams disobeying a red traffic light and signaled him to stop. Williams reportedly complied, but after a brief interaction, he reportedly wound up his window, ignored the policeman's instructions, accelerated, and used his motor vehicle to hit the policeman. He reportedly sped off but was apprehended shortly afterwards during an operation along Halfway Tree Road in St. Andrew. The policeman sustained injuries and was transported to hospital where he was treated and released. Meanwhile, the National Road Operation and Construction Company Limited said that vandalism of a fence resulted in a bad accident over the weekend. They said that the idiots cut the fence and caused cattle straying onto a section of the Maypen to Williamsfield Highway of Highway 2000 on Friday night into the wee hours on Saturday. The incident happened a day before the 2-year anniversary for the opening of that leg of the highway. A woman had to be rushed to hospital in the wee hours on Saturday after cattle strayed onto the highway shortly after midnight, causing extensive damage to two vehicles, namely a Toyota Axio and a Toyota Tacoma, and injuring the occupants. NROCC, in a statement released mid-afternoon on Saturday, said preliminary investigations indicated that the accident was caused by criminals cutting the right-of-way fencing while likely carrying out acts of perennial larceny. Meanwhile, a businessman and a woman accomplice were arrested on Saturday in connection with the seizure of 13 imitation rifle and an imitation pistol in White River, St. Mary on Saturday, September 13. The identities of the individuals have not yet been revealed. Reports are that CTOC personnel joined by members of the Specialized Operation Branch were on operation between 6 in the morning and 10 a.m. where the premises was searched and the imitation firearms were seized. And they should know that whether it's real or not, you're gonna jail for 15 years. That is the law. Delroy Palmer, otherwise called Swag and Basco, who is facing the court for the murder of schoolteacher Angela Angie Hamilton of Pear Tree Grove in St. Mary, will remain behind bars until his next court date on November 6. Hamilton, who was the principal of Richmond Hill Basic School, was found with several stab wounds at her home in Pear Tree Grove. Hamilton, who lived alone, had recently returned home from a first-time trip overseas where she had visited her daughter. A family friend visited the home of Hamilton after phone calls to her cellular phone went unanswered and discovered her body in a section of the house in a pool of blood. Palmer is said to be known by the deceased as she had taught him in basic school. Miss Hamilton's murder was the first recorded murder for the parish of St. Mary this year. On to sports in a magical twist. Jamaica caught the Tokyo World Championship on fire yesterday when Oblique Seville won the 100 meters final, running past both American Noah Lyle and favorite Jamaica's Cushane Thompson. Seville, who just barely qualified for the finals after coming in third in the heats, pulled off a stunning upset and gave Jamaica the first goal since Usain Bolt in 2015. Seville, who up to Saturday people were calling the new Asafa Powell, who will win a race on local soil but cannot win on the big stage when it counted, shocked all the naysayers who criticize him. Seville won in 9.77 seconds with Thompson 9.82 and Lyle a distant 9.89. Lyle, as usual, will not give credit but blame his loss on being injured. Well, whether injured or not, he will remember being beaten for the third time in a row by both Thompson and Seville this year. Usain Bolt, who was ecstatic in the stands watching the race, had predicted more than a year ago that Seville was going to win and had said if anyone should break his record, it will be Seville to do it. Seville is being coached by the same coach that coached Usain Bolt, Coach Mills, the same man who coached him to his 11th world title and 8 Olympic gold medals.
This time they're away. It's a decent start by Lyles, but not a brilliant one. Thompson's in the driving seat here, but watch Seville on the near side. It's ever so close. Seville from Thompson. Lyles at last is beaten. Seville was desperately disappointed with last year's capitulation from the semis. It's a Jamaican 1-2. Lyles took the bronze this time. A wonderful run from Seville. Thompson got out hard. He was in the driving seat, but Seville had irresistible momentum. He will be saluted by a proud nation.
And that's the excitement live and direct from Japan. And in the women's 100 meters, Melissa Jefferson Wood of the United States scotched Jamaica's Tina Clayton, winning in 10.61 to Clayton's 10.76 seconds. Julian Alfred of St. Lucia took third in a time of 10.84. Sharika Jackson disappointingly came fourth and did not make the medal podium, while unpredictable American Sha'Carri Richardson came fifth in 10.94. Pocket Rocket Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price, Jamaica's sensation in her last World Championship, came sixth in 11.03. On to football, Da Costa Cup. Manchester High beat Mayday High 5-0 in their Da Costa Cup Zone F game at Manchester High in Mandeville as they raced to a third straight win. Alphonsus Davis High blank Alston High 4-0. Ocho Rios High scored a big 8-0 victory over Discovery Bay High to stay on top of the tables in Zone K. Malden High extend their winning run by hammering Herbert Morrison Technical 5-0 as they rushed to 9 points, their best start ever. Garvey Masio High beat Veer 2-1, while Glenmore had a 3-0 victory over Denby High. Bustamante High rebounded from a 13-0 loss to Glenmore to whip Winston Jones 3-0. William Nib Memorial edged Spot Valley High 2-1. Old Harbour High also won back-to-back games, edging Dintle Technical 1-0 in their Zone J game to join Magrat High on 6 points. At Jarrick Park, Froome Technical took the lead in the 36th minute, but Cambridge High salvaged a point from a penalty in the 89th minute to draw 1-1. Rossies High were also held to a 1-all draw away to Green Island High, while Colando Morris got his second hat-trick of the season as Cornwall College beat Irwin High 7-0. Ben Francis Cup holders St. Elizabeth Tech were held to a 0-all draw for the second straight game by BB Coke High, who had won their first 2 games. Monroe College and Lacovia High drew 2-2, while Ocho Rios ran over Discovery Bay 8-0. On to Manning Cup, Kingston College rattled up their second consecutive win, dismissing Kingston Tech High 8-1. Tivoli Comprehensive were 2-1 winners over Charlie Summit, while many-time champions Jamaica College kick off their campaign with a 7-0 mauling of St. Mary College in Zone C, while St. Andrew Tech trounced Edith Dalton 7-2. Camperdown High won the East Kingston Derby, beating Vauxhall High 2-1 and join Jamaica College and Stats on 3 points. And you can join me tomorrow for Premier League results. That's news and sports on your favorite radio. My name is Mikey Bones. I gone.